morning, good day to you, as usual, wherever and whenever you listen to this series of knowledge seekers from Keshe Foundation and Spiritual Institute. As usual, we welcome you back. We welcome you with open arms as we follow our path of teaching. And we were taught the theory for past 20 years. We researched the theory for past more or less 55 years. Now, for the first time in the world of creation, we see the reality of it. Usually what they say in the world of science in the West to block the scientist is show me that I can steal from you. Put it in a pattern that I can steal from you. Show me and I believe it, because when you show me, then it becomes mine and I can copy it. And we've seen that happen with Microsoft. We've seen that happen with Facebook and the rest of it, how they steal the knowledge from the others and they block till they get it themselves to themselves. And so the pattern has been, show me. As we teach the universal language, universal knowledge, we show it to you. The proof of the pudding is what's in front of you, what's happening with 3I and 2R, or R2, or whatever they call him, this one. And this is the reality of life. Show me. We are showing, you don't understand. Now we explain. I put the foundation for this proof of the concept and what they don't understand and are entangled with it. Last week I opened the discussion. And this week we carry on with it, and then maybe next week, and then we go back again to what we did with we were doing with the soul and with the time. Today's discussion is very simple. Show me. Then I believe it. Going back to what we did last week, what we explained last week, was that we see on the records of what is at the moment in the world of what we call astronomy, in the world of cosmology, in the world of what we call the understanding of the work, how things are, how it came, what we've seen, what is getting reported on both of these units. And when you don't understand it, you block it. And when you don't understand it more, you come up with all fallacies. But if you go on the teaching of the Keshe Foundation for past 20 years, even in our pattern, we have literally clarified what is about to happen, what is to happen, and what we see, how it's explained. We have to understand that the world of what we call creation has its own way of working, not the man way. Man is totally materialistic. Everything man does compares it to what the matter is. Man has never understood the energy, and whenever we understood something with the energy, we've given it a different name that it doesn't come into the matter state. We call it soul because we can't understand the central energy, but we call it the sun, but we accept that sun, but we don't accept our own soul to be in our body. And everything else with this. We've seen the scientists who were ignorant, and they're not scientists, but thieves of the scientists, like Stephen Hawking, like Einstein. They have gathered something and they have put it in because they never understood it. They muddled it up, and the scientists like us, who are universal teachers, have to re-explain it, re-put it through. Going back to the older teachings, going back to what scientists, world scientists tell us, and compare it, match it with what we've been taught in all these teachings. 610 teaching here, many conferences, many presentations, many other things which we have explained by one. One of the first things we saw in this new 3I has been that they tell us that, as we said last week, traditionally, when we get an object passing through, we get a steam, or what we call space dust behind it. We get the same thing in a jumbo jet. But what they tell us, the scientists today, is that this thing has the thing in front of it, not in the back of it, and the light moves in front. And we always said that's how it is. This confirmed this is a spaceship. This confirmed that is the extension to the knowledge of the plasma, not matter state. In the matter state, you take the energy in as air or whatever, you process it, and you pass it through, and you create what we call displacement of material, air, or whatever. Or you create a momentum that you push yourself through, as we do now with satellites corrections or with what we send to the space, to Mars and the rest. That's the same principle. But in the world of plasma, we create a field, we create a dimension in the process of the whole thing that we go in front of. This has a lot of advantages, and the biggest advantage for the scientist, if you understand it, it gives you that elusive shielding. But one thing which we have not discussed, as knowledge seekers haven't got the knowledge, if you have a spaceship in here, you move into, but you have to create direction of motion. Ahead of this thing is Sun. You have other satellites, Mars, Jupiter, Earth, and the rest. And this system, by law of plasma, has to create a field interaction with these points. In a way, it has to tune into their magnetic gravitational field that it can get attracted into them or by them. We saw an anomaly in the whole process in the past few weeks, which the scientists don't understand. But the American government, Chinese are totally silent about this because it has put a scare up their backside. If, as knowledge seekers, understand what is going on, Americans have put a total blanket blackout in news in what it is, but the information coming, the data coming internally and externally from NASA, Pentagon, and other forces, other scientific channels, confirms everything which we know. We've been teaching. One of these anomalies, which is scaring especially the Americans, is that we had a pre-interaction with the system with satellites. Number of satellites were locked out because of a massive interaction, corona lighting up of magnetic fields between 3I and the Sun. 3I produces magnetic fields on the gravitational field and strength of the Sun to get pulled into it with the what we call meteorites or asteroids. They work different way. They have an inertia, and the mass of inertia pushes them through to go through different directions with a slingshot effect. This system is not working that way. This system actually produces gravitational magnetic field of the Sun that it gets pulled by it into it. Has two characteristics. First of all, it creates a dimension of nickel 56, which is near to the what we call iron 56, which is the gravitational magnetic field of this planet, this solar system. And at the same time, because it sends the fields through the system, it creates very much like a lightning. As we said, lightning does not start from the clouds. Lightning starts from the earth, sending the charge up, getting a charge to, and then you get it connected, the lightning back to it. So the unit 3i created, once it got into the solar system, a gravitational magnetic field connection to the sun, because it looks for the pull. In doing so, it got fed back, the same as the lightning feeds back to the point, to itself. It got recharged. And this was deliberate. It wasn't an accident. If you're a space scientist like us, if you're the teacher of the universal community, understand how it works, we explained it in the matter state with the lightning, this entity, 3i, has entered the what we call gravitational magnetic field hemisphere of the sun, the solar system. Now it's in a womb. It needs to grow. The scientists give you information. Very original data came, told us this thing has the characteristic of life. It's got amino acid structure in it. As I said, so it can create life. And in that amino acid structure, what they call it, it's actually gravitational magnetic field of the lower strength of the amino acids, around about 43, 42. It allowed it to grow. It's like the way we grow in the womb of the mother. We divide. Once the cell reaches that point, it divides. So when the energy came back from the sun into it, what did it do? It, for some minutes, it went into the spin and it started dividing. It gave birth to subsatellites of the same. And each subsatellite is divided into subsatellites. It's like creating a new creature. It's the way we grow in the womb of the mother. So what the space agency don't tell us, which is now banned from the what we call media, is this thing, 3i, is not one piece anymore. 3i, at this moment of time, has divided into hundreds of thousands, all producing light capacity, because they're all again interacting, our cells, they interact with the magnetic field of the sun, they shine. Some of them, they say, is a strength of 20 Hiroshima bomb. Some of these cells dividing is so rapid that what we see, the actual 3i is clustered by itself children. What does this mean? Means biologically, this thing is dividing by itself, creating satellites, what you call UFOs, whatever you call, but it's keeping its condition. It's a life system. It has attraction towards Earth, that's for sure. Because of the magnetic gravitational field which it creates, Earth will interact with it, will apply to it. So we are not only seeing a UFO, we are seeing a new direction of division of the cells in a plasmatic condition. And all we see on the satellite, especially the one in South America and the Australian ones, are reporting huge lights around, dots that are just growing. It originally started with 3, became 9, and then became multiple of. Up to now, we know runs into thousands. How much more is there? But these things are moving. Their target is Earth. Their target is Mars. Their target is Moon. At this moment of time, we do not know. But the world of science now has to understand that these lights which are appearing around, because the scientists never understood that minutes which was silence, there was no sign of the what we call 3i in the sky, suddenly disappeared from the radar. was the time when he received energy from the sun. They thought something which they couldn't find out what it was. It was hit by something. It wasn't hit by something. It wasn't destroyed. It actually received the energy from the sun. And actually at this moment of time is receiving energy from center of the earth. It's connected to us. We know this. Our satellites, some of them are reporting anomalies, but the American naval forces are confirming there is a frequency which is going from the waters, from the naval bases into the space, the direction of 3i. There is a communication, there is a field connection between the center of the earth, gravitational magnetic field, and these systems. We know that the data has been collected heavily by American military and the space stations. Americans moved certain systems in a position to confirm. So we are heading in for an interaction. We are heading in with not anomalies that they see now, they don't understand, but with the plasma technology, we understand how it's done, how it's taking shape. And we are, for the first time at our generation, this cycle of life, coming again in touch with the passage of the universe. The process targeting solar system has been there. The objective of 3i has been target of the solar system, where life can exist, where with it, it can create its own life. It creates a condition of the amino acid, combination of generation of the cells, that what do we see? We are dealing with a living structure which is dividing into cells the way we do in the womb of the mother. How much it will grow? To what extent will it'll go? How they will change, it will come back to us. When we listen to the data coming in from the space centers, people who are observing this, they said it had a fixed shape. When they actually followed this, it had a fixed shape. And they were happy with the shape because they can follow it. But when the division came, it went into the spin. And with all these little satellites from it, the little spin is and could be that it will change shape to the spherical shape, what we see with UFOs. Or it will take the shape of a human. Very possible. That spin is preset to be, is not an accident which is put in. So we've seen the lights, we've seen the division, we've seen the light ahead of it, which shows it's an object which is targeted the atmospheric of this planet, this solar system for life. It's like we can put a sperm and egg of a donkey in a cat, it will not grow. We can put a sperm and egg of a man, human, into another person and it grows. Surrogacy. Because the field environment of the womb of the woman or in a test tube which replicates that is good for life of man in that womb. This system has found its match with the energy within the structure of the solar system. It has found a womb to grow. It has found a womb that it can confirm its existence, division, and life. Military forces have no say because this is not a hostile situation. Behavior of a man of killing can bring that situation up. But the recommendation of what we advise the nations is to hold back. Let's see what's the next step. Let's see what is the interaction. Is it going to be an interaction? Or would these systems, these structures, prefer to become another fish? They prefer to the life on the Mars, not necessarily on this planet. They suit the environment of this solar system. Does not mean they suit the life on this planet, on Earth. So they have put tentacles out, as we've seen, to all the satellite positions, Mars, Jupiter, and everything else, to see what suits to deliver, to start a new life. These are those who most probably left. They lost their planet through one interaction or other. Or they are part of the planet which they go on excursions for hundreds of thousands of millions of years, and to them is a few seconds in our lives, in their turn. And the most strangest thing is that we have seen R2. R2 or 2R, it's not an anomaly. It is the sign of growth, the sign of life, which we have to watch. What does this mean? I explain in a very simple ways, in a very, very simple way. We know about, I'm trying to move you out that I can see. We know in the world of creation about the egg and the sperm, where we need an egg and we need a sperm. The interaction of the two in the right condition of environment leads to life, what we call human life. We see it everywhere else. There is a possibility, very high chance, that R2, and it's not coincidental they come together, could be like the egg, and 3I is the sperm. They have to meet in the environment of the solar system, is the womb, which has the right condition for life. This is what I keep on saying. Earth is a greenhouse for a new life, new cycle of life, for universe to start. The two interactions are not coincidental, preset. The love of creator, new generation. And because of the earth, the soul we have created, we will affect these, whatever to be born out of. The daughter of Mitra has a direct influence on this structure. So when we see a massive, what we call 2R or R2, what we call the swan, and the 3I, is the interaction just passing each other, creating the field in the womb of the structure of the solar system. We have to start observing a new life. Change of life on this planet, possible. Creation of new condition of life within the space gap of the what we call the solar system is another possibility. But what we see by the division of the 3I, this confirms that they're ready to, in a way, create a massive population in the solar system. That's for sure. Penetrate as many little satellites with one egg energy, you create numerous life in the solar system. It's like what we call surrogacy of the solar system for a new kind of life on this, in this universe. This is why the life on this planet will change. For sure will change. They do not need necessarily to live on Earth, but the energy and the children they produce, fertilized eggs which they produce, landing possibility of connecting to any planet, any moon in the solar system. We are not seeing a hostile invasion. We are seeing creation of new life. The biggest question is, would Earth will become another point? Is the human race, or did the human race originally came to this planet the same way? Would these new energies find Earth or layers of the structure of the material on this planet as the energy level suiting them? There is a possibility, because of the way they came in, the way this, what we call infiltration is possible, they live at the energy level which is somewhere in the center of this planet, Moon, Mars, and everything else. We might not see life physically on Earth, but these will become like the parasites which they go inside and colonize inside. They will land in the oceans, they will land in the planet. We might see them, because we've seen this before, into volcanic eruption areas that they can go directly into the center to get energy. This is a very high possibility, because what we saw originally, the whole division of the 3I came when it took energy from the sun. That minutes of disappearing from the radar of 3I is actually where it connected, downloaded the energy. The scientists to say they don't know, they can't see anything. Go into the literature which is available. They do not understand. They saw, they were monitoring it. It's the most observed object in the space, and something hit it. And then it disappeared for a time, and then it appeared again. They do not understand. Nothing hit it. It actually downloaded energy from the sun, because at that time we saw a huge increase in the sun surface of what we call activities. And the direction of the what we call magnetic fields, which was released, is the direction of 3I, directly delivered. That gave it the energy that it could now divide. After that, we saw the scientists to say that it exploded into pieces. No, it needed that energy. It locked in to receive it, to life. And then we see the division of. It needed that to do, to be able to come into the womb of the mother, arriving of the R2 or the swan, that the energy transfer between the two leads to nourishment, creation of completion of the life. It's like what we see a salmon going up the river, the female lay the eggs, and the male comes and spread it, and then the children are born. It's the same story. But now Earth, now this solar system is the upriver where the eggs are laid. We will see new life. In next, the cycle of rosal life could be thousands of years, or can be instantaneous. The biggest thing which our scientists are not, they don't understand the interaction of the fields of universe. We will not see the sign of life, maybe. Incubation time could be millions of years to human time. Is the earth the fertile land for it? Or is our water poison to them? Where the oceans of the Jupiter and the oceans of Neptune are what they are looking for, matches them. That's where they can nourish. So what we see, and our scientists don't understand, is what is explained on the table. The earth is the incubation, the greenhouse of the for man's or creatures with the amino acid of 42. The solar system is incubation greenhouse for this race. We have to respect them. They are part of us as part of the Creator. It's our obligation to understand, to respect, and if need be, to offer them home. With them comes a massive intelligence. Will come a race which can do such a thing is far, far intelligent than the man. From the geometry of the planet structure, what we saw from the beginning, it shows a very advanced, high energy intellectual body. I always said, my job is to take man into the universal community. Now the universal community has come to man. The reason is the presence of daughter of Mitra. We will get many, many visitors across the universe which are set to bring, to be, is like you want to go to Vatican to see the Pope, you go to the wall, Great Wall in Jerusalem to be near where the Moses was. They come to be in touch with the soul of the daughter of Mitra. And we'll see many of these. And we are not religious. What I explained to you is scientific. The world of science sooner or later will understand. The whole splitting, division, we hear that the Americans called all their naval forces. They keep on insisting on all the naval generals, the land and the rest are brought together because the naval forces are the only ones now, they see the changes, anomalies in their system, which is connected, the direct frequency gap as is on 3i. Same time as he shakes there, he shakes in our water. Same frequency as is detected in the 3i is detected in our water, which means goes through the center. The waters, the oceans are on the surface, but they go through them. As they go through them, they leave a vibration of which we detect, which means they have tuned into gravitational magnetic system of the present time. We have already in Keshe Foundation produced the communication line that can be understood, can be detected. Most probably by next Friday, next Thursday, we'll test. Part of this process is part of the systems which you are buying for the distribution of the what we call newer structure. Hidden from you, but it's part of the universal communication line. And this is what will be tested next week. This is not something scaremongering. This is explanation of scientific data which is provided by national securities, the militaries and the private, that they do not understand why suddenly this is going to be a chaos. No, this is a natural phenomenon. We have guests among us from other part of the universe. The strangest part for humanity is how come they understand our language? How can they communicate as ours? Because they communicate through the dimension of the soul of the man. And we can measure it. As a measurement, when it's converted, becomes that digital 0, 1, and every other dimension. The biggest thing which we see with this 3i, it has emotion. All the cells in hundreds of thousands dividing communicate with each other. They move together. They're not random. They don't spread out. If anything goes out, it's done in a batch. Everything is sequential. All know this unit is going to the Mars. This unit is going to the Earth. Is one of the most well-organized structures. It's not hostile. It's part of us. Most probably our ancestors came, the humanity, the world of the what we call animals, creation on this planet, came to this planet this way. My advice to the world government is drop your weapons. using of the nuclear, using of the chemical warfare, using of something to show we can do, it be detrimental to the whole of human race on this planet. These visitors are here to be touched by the soul of the daughter of Mitra, which is amongst you. And nothing else. The blockage on the news is so heavy because they don't know what to do and how to react. But in fact, we have to wait to see that these two interact, connect the swan and the three eye together, transfer energy, which enlightens the soul of the creation. In a way, we are going through a structure, we are going through a process that, as knowledge seekers, we understand. Is for the rest of humanity to understand what is exactly going on. It's the job of the governments to open the news and bring not a panic, but understanding. This is why I teach this way today. This is why you as knowledge seekers, it might sound ridiculous, the guy is talking, you shall see the outcome, how it will be. Why they are scared to tell the public that this thing is dividing. Yes, it's a cell. Is there a problem if your body divides and creates your liver and your kidney and the rest? Don't they all behave the same? Now we are in that media. We grow our life in the womb of the mother. This structure grows its life in the womb of the solar system. And they've told us they're coming because they have an interaction in understanding, because we come from that point of structure of physicality as them. This is why we can interpret the communication. This is why we understand their communication, because they tune into the strength. It's like exactly what you dream, your soul and the soul of physicality, and you remember the dream in a physical dimension as you change it to the shape of the mother, the love of the mother, the kiss and the foot of the mother. This structure has a field strength, or they have access to the field strength, which can communicate to the soul of the man, to the physicality of the system man made, and then we have a communication with it. It's no different than the interaction of the soul of physicality and physicality. As I explained to some knowledge seekers in the past few days, my physical life is physicality. The structure of the life on this planet and the way the universe works is the soul of physicality. And to me, the soul of the creator is my soul. This is how it works. This is how the structure is set. And this structure we see use the atmosphere, the condition of this solar system as the womb of the creation, a celebration of new life. As man is about to destroy himself to create a condition that the beauties of the existence of the billions of years of development in this greenhouse for the soul of the man to be collected. If you read and cross every section of what information we received from the beginning of these two, you see we're 100% correct. And it's in line with all the teachings of past years. The scientists, as they work in the matter state, they can't see. They just see the vision. It got hit when you listen to the reports from NASA, when you report hidden reports now in the American military talking about the explosion and the system is out of control. It's not. It's the original data composition confirmed to us, as I said last week. This is a living thing. and living thing and receiving energy divides. And the energy which will bring that division is a way it's the fish, the mother fish, which is laying eggs in the upper river. 3i is the mother fish, it's spraying the eggs. In a few weeks' time, when both R2 and 3i come close to each other, that the R2 releases an energy field force, is like that the sperm that sparks the condition of life and conversion of life on this solar system. And they both are here. Prearranged, yes, this is why part of the universe creates new life. And the soul of the man will have a game to play in this fertilization. The enlightenment will come because of the received energy from R2 or 2R or the swan. This is the black swan that will become the most beautiful white swan universe has ever seen, because it will carry the soul of Mitra and the daughter of Mitra. Ugly duckling is about to open, and the outcome will be the most beautiful swan man has ever seen in the shape of the daughter of Mitra. And the universe will be enlightened by this. Go to the holy books. It always speaks about forthcoming and the coming. Now you understand. Whole structure, entry of 3i is a condition, and we'll see the interaction with the auto. And then would man will be enlightened to see this birth, or is it so high beyond their imagination to understand, beyond the strength of the comprehension of the man to see the creation of new life, which in this life will be perfection? And the seed of it is the soul of those who are created by man. Now we understand the process. Now we understand why two have entered from two different directions, but heading to the same area. Male and a female salmon fly up the same river. And the male waits till the female has spread his eggs, her eggs, that the man can add to it, that he fertilizes and leads to creation of new life, of hundreds of thousands of new fish. We are at up the river at the spring, and the two fish shall meet. Now go and check. Wait for the outcome and see how man will change in the coming months. And if we see a new dimension of life on this planet, in this solar system, and from it, this birth will change the whole dimension of spreading across the galaxies and the universes. Perfection to its absolute beauty, to the love of the Creator and His daughter. We watch, we observe, but watch and see, as they say, they'll happen on the back of the sun that man cannot see, where the love of the Creator will lead to the creation of new cycle of creation. Let nations fight. Let world leaders get busy with what they want to be busy with, but they don't understand that the hand of the creation has much bigger plane to play. You destroy even use of nuclear bombs, if you come to it, is the nourishment of the energies needs for replenishing growth of the new children of the universe. Now you understand how misunderstanding by our scientists does not allow humanity to watch one of the most beautiful events of the universe. We are too busy with material world, too busy with fighting for a piece of land which is worth nothing, and there's trillions of it in the universe. And we are missing one of the best works of the universe. We're observing it, we don't understand it, and we do everything else except actually sit, watch, and enjoy the time. If I was the world leaders of the present time, I would have put satellites, I would have put cameras that man learns how life grows, and we watch as when the two meet on the back of the sun that is supposed to be hidden from the man, that touch of creation, where the field of the unification, creation of new life in the universe will merge, and then we watch. There is no danger with what is happening. It's the beauty with what we are observing. As we don't understand it, we make everything else to it except the truth of what is about to happen. 3i needed the energy from the sun to be able to divide, to release. And it needs the swan to bring the additional energy for the life to start. Now you understand why accidentally the two are here, and accidentally, as our scientists don't understand, meet behind the sun, and accidentally, because lack of knowledge means ignorance and assumptions and accidents, which are no accidents, but actually what it has to. It's amazing how our world leaders, how the citizens of this planet will watch the birth of the new life in the universe, and how much each one of our souls from this will be enlightened, educated, and will reach a new dimension and position. We've been waiting for this for a lifetime of the universe, and now we observe. You need to put the soul in the whole interaction, and the soul of the man on this planet will become the soul of each, and then will expand the whole universe on its division and interactions. Now you understand there has been no coincident, accidentally for interaction, entrance of these two objects in the life of the man, in the cycle of the solar system, and in understanding the totality of the work of the universe. I hope I open your eyes to an amazing, spectacular show of the universe, to the eye of the man and to the soul of the man. And let's see what man will gather from this, or still observe something being out of control. I3 is not out of control. It's working exactly the same way to spread in that process the energy which leads to creation of as many eggs. That the energy balance of the swan will bring that black swan to be one of the most beautiful white swans of the universe. Enlightened. And I hope mankind is ready for this. And I hope mankind will understand how much the Creator loves His creation. When you see two lovers, you have to make everything available, conditions bring them to a position to be able to create the what we call the fruit of their love. And wonder how much the Creator loved man that has brought for his ultimate creation to be done in the solar system, using the soul of the man. We are servant to the service and understand his work.